awoken, it is my season. I think this is a perfect time to make a pumpkin video. So recently Steel, the people who are making Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, came out saying they're gonna do a pumpkin carving contest. And immediately I was like, I gotta enter this. And I figured making a YouTube video about it wouldn't be too hard. So here we are now. I still needed to make a plan, but after thinking it out for like 5 minutes, I was like, I gotta do Glamrock Freddy. So I started drawing him, but just out of curiosity, I made a poll on Twitter, and Springtrap ended up winning, so I went back and redid everything. While I was doing this, I was like, what can I do to make my pumpkin more interesting? And I thought for a second, like, what do I do with my costumes? Animatronics. Now, it seems like a little bit of overkill, but I thought it'd be cool, so I just went with it. I was thinking of making them from scratch, but I figured it might take too long, and I've only gotten until Halloween. So I ended up modeling them on Blender, and then 3D printing all the parts with my Under 5+. For anybody that wants to try to do this themselves, I'll go ahead and put the model in the description, because it can be used for a lot more than just a pumpkin. So after unsuccessfully printing the eyes 5 times, they finally came out, and they were a good enough size I thought in my brain, so I got to work removing all the supports. I didn't size anything to the proportions I needed to in Blender because I figured I could just drill holes to whatever I needed, and it worked, but some of the parts ended up coming out a little too small, so parts ended up cracking, but then I remembered none of these parts need to hold up for that long, so I just fixed it up as I built it. I put everything together with binder screws and put some glue on some certain parts to make sure they could hold, and then they could start moving properly. So now I just need to get the servo working properly. For the Arduino, I just reused some code I had for my Springtrap costume. I went ahead and put the servo on, and now the mechanics of it are actually done. Now that I don't have to worry about actually building it, I can just start painting it. At first, the pupils were just painted on, but then I thought it'd be nicer if I just put LEDs inside, so I did. Now before I started actually carving the pumpkin, I just needed to make some of the details. I figured I'd just make the ears out of EVA foam since it's lightweight and easy to work with. I also made the endo pieces separate so I could just glue them in easily. After finishing and sealing the parts, I painted everything with just some acrylics. I also added some rust effects just for some extra detail. After letting everything dry, I went ahead and assembled everything. I stabbed some sticks into the parts of the ears, and then they were ready to be put in the pumpkin. So now comes the hardest part. I haven't exactly carved a pumpkin in like years, so it was definitely looking to be a challenge. But I had some hope, and I'm glad I did because I'm pretty happy with the results from that point on. So this part of the process is literally just me carving into a pumpkin for like a minute, so enjoy! I forgot to film putting the William Afton pumpkin inside the Springtrap pumpkin, so just pretend you saw it anyway. Usually I'd go with my airbrush for applying colors like this, but I figured it'd just be nicer if I hand painted it all. I wanted to keep it all pretty simple. I was kind of going for more of a FNaF AR skin type deal, which is ironic because I really hate FNaF AR, but I figured a more original design would be nicer anyway for Halloween. And here's the finished product. I am extremely happy with the way this came out. By the time this video came out, I already threw it away. But here's what it's like fully in action. So he's entered in the contest already. I figured this would just be a fun video to make. So here it is. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I guess I'll just go back into an eternal hibernation until I'm needed again, which should only be like 3 weeks. So thanks for watching. I'll be back again soon. Well, Halloween is over. Now let's get ready for Christmas!